Good morning, good evening, afternoon, and welcome to the Free State Sports Pro Wrestling Podcast, the podcast where you find all things within the square circle. I am Saquon, and with me are my two co-hosts, Mike and Andy. Boys, how's your weekend?
I just wanted to say I enjoyed that intro, Saquon.
Hell yeah, that was good. We
Thank
just
you.
finished wrapping up the main episode, so go check it out if you like other sports.
Pretty good weekend. Pretty good weekend.
Good. And if you guys like what you hear today, please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, or follow on whatever you're listening to. We're available on YouTube, Spotify, and Instagram. Without further ado, we'll be proceeding talking about the WWE Saturday Night Live main event. We'll also be doing a recap of what happened this year in WWE, and also things we think should happen, along with storylines, titles, and whatnot. So, this past Saturday,
Can we start
that
with
main
whatnot?
event.
I'm kidding. Go.
Fair enough.
Go.
This past Saturday, we had a PLE down in Jersey, the WWE Saturday Night Live. I didn't get to catch much of it because I had a volunteer event down at the military base. But did you guys catch a bit of it here and there, Mike, Andrew?
I caught the majority of it. I missed the first match.
Yeah, me and Andrew watched some of it together. We partied up on Xbox and watched it. We missed the majority of the first match.
Not sponsored by Xbox.
Yeah, I wish.
Cool, understood. So, listeners, subscribers, wherever you are listening this to, we apologize. We were all pretty much busy that day, so we'll try to give our little opinions here and there. So the first match of the night, my apologies, was the Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn match, and Drew ended up being the victor. So, Andrew, what's your thoughts?
I'm not surprised. I think you called this out if they actually had a match. Drew's gonna kind of wipe the floor with Sammy. I didn't really even catch the highlights of the match. So I think the victor is correct. I think Drew McIntyre needed a win, and he needed a massive win. Sami Zayn, I wouldn't say he's doing as well on the roster now as he was doing, but he's starting to revive that spark now that he's getting involved more in bloodline activities.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they're using him for mostly at this point, which is fine with me. I think they're continuing to build Drew as a mega heel, which I'm very excited to see. I love his Twitter posts. A lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I believe that they're building Drew to a good heel. He's kind of like an anti-hero, in my opinion, because same way in Kevin Owens' eyes, he doesn't believe he's a bad guy for what he's doing. I believe they're building up for something. I'm not particularly sure. It seemed like Seth Rollins is in the same boat and Kevin, where they're just going after guys that are in association of the bloodline. Do I see this building up towards the Rumble or maybe WrestleMania? Maybe, but we will see. Second night. Why am I keep saying second night? Second match of the night. Lord have mercy. We had the Women's World Championship match, and Liv Morgan defeated Io Sky. Mike, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I called about half of this match, I think. It was a pretty solid match. It was about what you'd expect. Io Sky looked good as she always does. I hope they continue to build her and utilize her right. Hopefully she gets a title reign at one point. But Liv continues her reign. She gets the win. It was solid. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a good match.
Yeah,
Andrew, what's your thoughts?
I'm right there with you, Mike. I think this was a good match. Very underrated. I don't think it's going to be talked about enough going into the future. But it was nothing stellar. I did like Rhea Ripley showing up after the match end to have a little face-to-face with Liv.
Mm-hmm.
It's a respectable match.
All right, good. Yeah, so I missed all of it except for the Rhea Ripley part, but there was one clip or portion of the match that I don't think you guys saw. Io Sky unintentionally broke Liv Morgan's nose.
Did she?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
broke her nose.
Yeah.
I actually
She did the maneuver where she grabs the opponent's arm and bring him in for a knee hit, and I believe that she hit her so hard that she potentially could have broke her nose. I may watch it later, but if it was a good showing, I wouldn't be surprised. Io Sky continuously put on spots. Liv Morgan has developed well this year. I'm glad that she's actually getting a appropriate title run compared to last time when I brought it up with her beating, I believe it was Ronda Rousey? Question mark? No, was it Ronda? It was
I
someone.
think it might have been.
But
She
this,
cashed in on Ronda.
It was wrong. Okay. So this time around, I'm glad that she's getting the push she is. She's being a proper heel. I'm looking forward to see what else they do with her.
I agree.
For the third match of the night, got it right this time, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match. Gunther defeated Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Hands up if anyone's surprised. Cool. Andrew, you go first.
I like this match. It was fun, but let me just say, Finn Balor felt so out of place in this match.
He did.
But these competitors all underrated together. You know what I mean? Like, we all know Gunther's good. He's not underrated at all. But like this mix of their archetypes really meshed well and flowed. I like the ending sequence a lot. I feel like this was one of the better matches on the card, personally. I wouldn't say I was the biggest fan of this match, but it was a great match. Any match Gunther's in is a great match. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, Gunther's always fun to watch. Damian Priest seems like he's always improving. Finn Balor, same 5 moves over and over every match. But it was really cool how they did that spot where Gunther powerbombed him onto the steel steps, and he like slipped because he hit the steps, but he still picked him up. Like he was still able to scoop him up from a halfway position and hit the powerbomb.
Yeah.
I think that just goes to show how much of a professional Gunther is. So I thought it was a really good match. Yeah, that was a fun one too.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. This match, I actually did see portions of it. My only critique about it is I wish it was just Finn versus Gunther. That's my only complaint. Because it seemed like they're trying to feed us that potentially Damian's going to win the heavyweight championship back. But we've seen the same song and dance between Damian and Gunther. I like to see something a little bit fresh and new. It kind of reminds me of Gunther versus Drew and Sheamus. Like we've seen the same thing, but just different like matches, different types.
Personally,
but it was all not good.
I just don't know how narratively you could make Finn and Gunther work.
Well, we've seen it before. I mean, Gunther versus didn't we just see him versus Dom last Raw?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah.
But that wasn't a title match.
No.
Yeah.
I bring up that point because even when it seems like the match type doesn't match, he kind of makes it propel in some ways.
I know, but like at a PLE, the last PLE that just happened, Finn cost Damian the title. So Finn shouldn't then get an opportunity to go after the title. Then everyone would just be going out costing other people the title opportunity.
Okay, to that point, that's fair.
Yeah.
The way they did it seems similar to the way that they do the no disrespect because I've said it before, the women's championships titles, tag team titles, where the opponent is just spewed on them like just out of nowhere. It doesn't quite make sense
this all made sense.
In that circle, but
why Finn was there. Gunther doesn't want to win dirty. You know what I mean? He wants to be able to beat his opponents cleanly, and that's what I respect about his character. So he gave Damian an opportunity, but also making Finn in the match legal. I just didn't like not seeing Judgment Day interference at all in this match.
Okay.
I don't know why.
That perspective makes sense then.
Yeah, I don't know why JD didn't get involved or Dominic.
They were banned from ringside per Monday Night Raw general manager.
But how do you ban someone from ringside during a no DQ match?
Forgot that's a no DQ. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. He's right. I completely forgot about that. That is a thing. Yeah. No, that's
exactly what they
fair.
wanted. They wanted you to forget about it.
Yeah.
And it worked because I did too.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's fair. I hope to see something like that in the future. There's a possibility, but that was a great point. That was a really good point. All right. So moving on for the fourth match of the night, Chelsea Green defeated Michin to become the first ever Women's United States Champion. Mike, what's your thoughts?
Dad, can I say it real quick?
Oh, go ahead.
Raise your hand if you're surprised.
All right, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I thought that was a good match too. I'm glad to see Chelsea finally holding the title. She's done a lot for the company. everything she does is gold, really. Just her ability to be natural on the mic and just as her character have so much charisma so naturally. And she's pretty good in the ring, too. I think she's very underrated. She's another one that seems to get better every week, so she's been a lot of fun to watch. I'm interested to see what they'll do with her next, how they'll book her, if she'll continue to be a heel or if she'll turn into a babyface now that she's super over. And it seems like everybody was rooting for her to win the title. So I'm very happy with that result, and it was a pretty good match. The finish was really good, too. I like the finish.
The finish was pretty good. The reason why I say, is anyone surprised? Has Michin done enough this year to be considered a contender for the title? You know what I mean? And I get it. She was a contender for the title.
It kind of feels like they're just throwing her in because they don't have anybody. Like, they just need that extra person.
Yeah, they didn't want anyone to lose to Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
That's personally what I think. I don't think there was any real true contender for that title except for Chelsea. And that's out of Michin and Chelsea.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's no, like, Michin's a phenomenal wrestler, but why she hasn't done enough this year to be seen as someone who could hold that title right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I think she's pretty underrated. Like I remember
I agree.
I remember her garbage match when Piper Niven was involved, as well as Chelsea. It was really good.
Yeah, she's put on some great matches. She had a great title match against was it Liv?
Yes.
Yeah, she had a great match against Liv. But I don't think that she has been around long enough this year or have done enough this year to really be considered the person who should hold that title.
Okay.
Chelsea Green's been there every week. Chelsea Green's been taking the worst bumps. She's been doing the worst things on the women's side of wrestling.
All right. Okay. If there's not enough said, we'll be moving on for the last match of the night. Yeah. The undisputed WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, defeated Kevin Owens. Is anyone surprised? I kind of was. Just a little bit. Just a wee bit. Andrew, what's your thoughts?
I'm not surprised because they ruined it by having Cody and The Rock have a weird homoerotic confrontation after WrestleMania.
That is true.
It is basically set in stone that Cody isn't dropping this belt unless it's Roman Reigns or Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Right.
That is also true.
So I wasn't surprised that he retained. I thought the match was good. I really do think this match was good. But as the point you bring up, this PLE was very predictable.
Yeah.
I don't even think it was billed really as a PLE, was it?
It technically wasn't. Saturday night main event's always a show. It's just not televised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. I agree with pretty much everything Andrew said. I like the way they kind of used it to continue to build Kevin Owens as a heel again. Love watching his work as a heel. Now they're building him as like a mega heel more than he already has been. We kind of like saw after the match he hit that package pile driver and then stood over top of Cody while he was on the board getting stretchered out.
Yeah. Stood on top. Yeah. Great verbiage there, Mike.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah. But did you? And then also, Triple H stepped in to try to break up.
Yeah,
Kevin Owens. Yeah, and he pushed KO a little bit. Maybe.
Yeah, him and KO
got to a shoving match.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Kevin Owens as a heel again. And the way that they used the match to set that up, I loved it. But again, like Andrew said, everybody knows Cody's not dropping the title anytime soon. So it was still a good match. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, with the ending of the match, I'm hoping that they're writing Cody off for a while, maybe up until the Rumble. We'll see.
3-time Royal Rumble winner.
Yeah.
Back.
Lord forbid. But I do like how they brought back the Winged belt for that night.
Yeah, that was pretty.
It seemed like there wasn't that much hype behind it, but when I saw it, I was like, wow, look at that. The fans been asking for it. Hunter, I've said previously, he's been giving the fans what they've asked for, and somewhat what the wrestlers have been asking for, as long as it appeals to the masses and it makes sense. Mm-hmm. So I like what we're doing with Kevin. Kevin's, like I said previously about Drew, seems like he's an anti-hero. He's believing that he's doing the right thing, which I'll say I can't be mad about it. I believe it's fair. I think his feelings are extremely fair of the whole situation. But I love what they're doing with it. I'm not sure where it's going to go, but I'm looking forward to it. But this concludes the Saturday Night's main event. Once again, I'm going to stomp on it. We did not see the entire card. But with that being said, Andrew, if you was to rate it out of 10, what would you give it?
I'd give it a fair, like a 7.3. It was good.
Really?
It was nothing stellar.
Okay.
I agree.
Mike?
I'd probably give it a 7. Like you guys said, it was pretty predictable. I think a lot of it was used to kind of continue to build stories more than anything. There wasn't really any, aside from the Chelsea Green title win, which is cool. Yeah, I'd give it a solid 7. It was good.
I'm not saying
right.
predictability is bad. I feel like
Yeah,
if he
that's-
stuck the title on Michin, I would not like this
Absolutely not.
this PLE
Yeah.
at all.
I agree. Especially with the way they've been building Chelsea for a while and how we've all spoken highly of her, saying that we believe that she deserves a title championship. And we haven't said it, I haven't mentioned it. Her and her husband are the first ever to be U.S. champions. If you guys don't know, Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder. Yeah, she deserved it. If Michin would have won, I think it would have been an absolute riot.
Yeah, there would have been a
all
We
in all,
Want Chelsea hashtag trend
Yeah.
worldwide.
For sure. This was a highly predictable PLE showing, whatever you want to call it, and I've made that argument plenty of times. If it's really predictable, then it's not as fun or enjoyable. So I'll probably say this PLE is like a 6 or 7. It was kind of mid to me, even knowing that I didn't see most of it. Yeah. But if there's not much to left say about it, we'll be moving on to the WWE 2024 recap, where we'll be talking about our favorite big moments, decisions, title reigns, and etc. So if anyone would like to start, Mike, you can go first.
You know what my favorite moment was, Saquon?
Don't do it.
You know what my favorite moment was. My favorite moment was when The Rock returned to WrestleMania and he hit a low blow on Seth Rollins and he stumbled and face planted into the corner post. That was my favorite moment of the whole year.
For the viewers that are unaware, many weeks ago, Mike said that his favorite all-time low blow was, who was it, Tungaloa?
Yeah.
And then I told him that's incorrect, because if you recall, The Rock unintentionally almost broke his neck trying to kick Seth Rollins. After further review, he actually tried to punch Seth Rollins and almost broke his neck.
He tried to punch Seth Rollins while The Rock was standing up.
The final boss. I still to this day, I have no idea why he tried to Hadouken Seth Rollins on night 1 of WrestleMania.
Oh my god!
Can we get that as a short?
We need to.
Just
we need
talking
to.
about it.
Yeah.
Because the thought of it is just so ridiculous, and he got up like nothing happened.
Pretend nothing happened. A little bit of ring rust.
Just
oh man,
so locked in.
Yeah, I like. In all seriousness, I like that the entire WrestleMania main event was cool, and they had everybody come down in the last 10 minutes, and Cody ended the Roman reign. See what I did there? But yeah, I thought that whole WrestleMania was cool. I'm sure that's a lot of people's favorite moments, but that low blow in particular was my absolute favorite moment.
No, that's fair.
Fair enough. Andrew, you'd like to share your big moment of the year?
I would have to say something that nobody had in their bingo books, something that wasn't even on a betting line. The Undertaker returning at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I have never seen live such a massive moment. The reaction from the crowd, the look in the Undertaker's eyes, there was just something about that return.
Yeah.
It is probably going to be the
Absolutely.
biggest return of the year.
Especially with how tired the crowd was because it was night 2. It
Yeah.
was the end of night 2, and see
Yeah.
everybody come back alive was really cool.
Absolutely. I agree. Not with you, Mike. Definitely not with you. But I agree with Andrew. I believe that the Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns match was all in all so cinematic, so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
This was the moment that we're all waiting for, just to see all returns, the chemistry, all of it just to make sense. Just back, boom, boom, boom. We saw John Cena. We saw The Rock. We saw The Undertaker. We saw
We
a
got the old
celebration
Shield
amongst.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
We saw
we
Roman
saw-
get his revenge.
yeah,
Yep. So let's get back on Seth Rollins. We saw all these guys put so much love and effort and see all this camaraderie at the end of the match. Just so worth it.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
brother on brother.
Mind you, just brotherhood. Mind you, we're not going to talk about what happened the following night with the whole
previous night.
Rock and
Oh,
I'm talking about the
my bad.
the
Monday
Raw.
night, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
We will
Yeah.
in the
Even
the most awkward moments of 2024 in the next podcast
Even-
episode.
absolutely.
I will say
Even night 1 was good, but God,
Yeah.
we're not talking about that.
I do have a close second. Not really
Absolutely.
one moment in particular, but the whole feud between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre has been gold for me.
Fair.
I love that. I think that's the
I
feud.
almost
of the
said
year.
a whole feud. Almost. That one.
Absolutely.
The what was the match stipulation?
The
the
strap
dog
match.
collar,
strap
the strap
match,
match.
yeah.
Yeah,
I did not.
Yeah,
like
we-
yeah.
it.
I didn't really like that one either.
But the feud was
we-
great.
Yeah,
We talked about that a lot. If you guys would like to listen or watch that, it's available on the previous episodes. Well, I do recall us having a lot of gripes and complaints about what was the stipulation, how does it work. There's moments where someone would do like 3 finishers and the lights would stay on. There would be a person that do a finisher, then all the lights would turn off.
Yeah.
Very odd. But I do like the feud. I believe if it was a close second, and then Andrew, you can give yours afterwards if that wasn't it. CM Punk's return.
That was last year.
Was that last year? Holy crap.
That was
okay.
the Survivor
That's
Series
100%.
last year.
As I was. My apologies. Then if I was to give a close second, it would probably be Wyatt 6.
Ah, yeah. The
Yeah.
Wyatt 6 debut was insane.
that was pretty cool too. Yeah,
That would probably
Yeah.
be my close second, too. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember tuning in like a little kid, like, oh, I can't wait.
yeah.
I can't wait.
Every week I was like Black Ops. I was like, what does it mean? What do the numbers mean?
Tell me! No, Mr. Garco! No!
Numbers, Mason! I don't know, Watson!
All right, moving on from the biggest moments. Any big decisions that occurred this year that stuck out to you guys?
Netflix.
Netflix,
We're all going
yeah.
to Netflix.
Netflix, really?
Okay. One of the biggest decisions is a recent decision that we just saw accumulate on Saturday. The decision to make women's mid-card titles.
Hmm.
What a great decision.
Absolutely. I feel like they finally
That's
have a
fair.
bigger women's roster, especially with all the ones in NXT. Finally have enough
Okay.
women to kind of even up with the men a little bit.
I agree. Okay, those were not the answers I was expecting. Mine, the biggest decision, holy crap, was the implementing sponsorship logos in the ring. That's what I thought you guys were gonna say. That's what I'm saying.
That's my biggest
Because-
disappointment.
Oh, really?
Okay, my second biggest disappointment, okay, to be fair.
Okay. If we do talk about that next podcast, you can iterate on that more. But I was thoroughly shocked that they decided to do that. Honestly, when it came to the WrestleMania, when they initially did with Prime, it didn't look too bad for me. I thought they were going to do it the way that UFC does it, where it's color, but the black with the ring tone, it looks cool. And then they did it in the previous PLE with, I believe, Diablo 4 and another logo. It was a clothing logo that me and Mike was making fun of for Madrid tonight. It doesn't look too bad, but I think eventually it's going to look like a UFC logo where it's going to be like riddled with 10, 15 sponsorships. I wouldn't be surprised if 2K is going to be one of them, Snickers is another one, Papa John's, and so forth and so on. But
What other
I can see why
category you
that-
got for a sick one.
I can see why that is the way you feel. Okay, so WWE recap. Title reigns. What title reign stuck out to you guys this year?
You know what's crazy? I don't know if I really loved any title reign in particular.
Really?
I mean, the tag titles were kind of forgotten about. The
I got one.
What's yours?
Nia Jax.
I don't even know what title she held.
She's still holding
She
a
still
title.
holds it.
Oh, which one?
The women's
The
champion.
women's. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
But besides that, I would say Damian Priest.
yeah, I did
Really?
enjoy his.
I loved the way he won it at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just ripping it from the jaws of Drew McIntyre. He's had a few botches in his matches, but his matches were still stellar. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Sammy's. Sammy's was pretty good.
That's fair.
I like every match he put on was a banger. I feel.
Honestly, I'm a cheat. I'm gonna say Gunther. Which one? Doesn't matter. There you go.
That's also fair.
That is fair.
Yeah. There you go. It doesn't matter what title he holds. He's always put up a great show.
That's true.
Unless it's Saturday Night Live, where I can't remember it. All right. Well, if and no one else has anything to say about the 2024 WWE recap, we'll be moving on to our last and final segment before we conclude. So I believe it was Andrew.
Actually, hold on, real quick. I
Go ahead.
I also wanted to give props for the decision to give the long-term Money in the Bank storyline to Tiffany Stratton. I think she's been a great Miss Money in the Bank, and this has been one of the longest reigns for women briefcase holders, especially in recent memory.
Absolutely.
That's very true. I can't recall someone that's held it longer. Mainly it's just the men. Like I think we all remember Seth Rollins cash in. He held that for like a year long. Same thing with Brock. He almost held it for a year long until he finally cashed in.
He said,
I can't
got
wait
a
to see
whole
that
year?
moment. A year.
See you guys next year.
You didn't know?
You better call somebody. Well, yeah, that's a good one. Much props to Tiffany. She's a great young talent. Looking forward to see what she does with the
Absolutely.
briefcase. But moving on to the last point, I believe it was either Mike or Andrew. I'm pretty sure it was Andrew that wanted us to pretty much make a list or point out wrestlers, athletes, whomever. Who do we believe will be better face or better heel when we come into the 2025 year? Mike, I want you to go first.
I think they're leaning towards a Gunther face run, and that just that's the one I'll start off with, I guess, because I really just don't know if he would work out as well as a face. I think he's one of those guys that's just meant to be a heel. I think Gunther is a guy that you have to keep heel. I think he would be better as a heel. And I say that, again, because it seems like they're leaning towards a babyface run for him. And I don't know if I like that. It makes me a little uncomfortable. I like Gunther as a heel better.
I would disagree with that, actually.
Really?
Gunther rarely does heelish things anyway.
Yeah, but I like his ring general gimmick, and I don't think you can have that as a babyface.
You can. I think you can.
I mean, if he's holding a title, he can. But it doesn't make any sense if you're not the best in the company.
You have brought up the point that previously Bianca in some way does have that ego about her. Whereas she was a heel, it would make sense versus when she's a face, it kind of seems heelish. So I get what you guys were trying to say.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Bianca's another good one, though.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I guess she could kind of go either way, but I really would like to see her as a heel again, honestly.
There's potential. We still do not know who took out Jade Cargill. And if it is Bianca, that'd be a great way to introduce that.
It was Chad Gable.
It was Chad Gable. It was Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
It was Punk. Jay was running her mouth.
Imagine.
It was Rikishi, and he did it for The Rock.
Okay.
What about you, Andrew?
So I wanted to know if you guys thought these were better as heel or faces, which is what I was going into it. with.
Copy.
But I wanted to kind of do a faction here because they just recently turned face. Damage control.
Heel.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like Io Sky is so much like leagues above everybody else in that faction.
Yeah, but it's strange because Io, her moveset is that of a face moveset.
Correct.
Everyone else kind of has a heelish moveset
Yeah.
in the faction right now, especially like Dakota Kai, Asuka. Those are very heel movesets.
Yeah.
But but her personality is that of a heel, especially right now. You know, and she's a face, but whatever.
Yeah.
I agree. I think I preferred them as a face. I mean, as a heel. I don't know what you could do with them as a face. It's hard to have a face faction.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to
Yeah.
last all the way through next year, to be honest.
I don't think so either.
Saquon.
Yes. Did you have anyone else on your list?
Oh yeah, I had a couple people on my list.
Okay. Did you want me to go?
Yeah.
Copy. All right. So I have one and one person only.
Okay.
Randy Orton.
That's a good one.
Randy Orton will always be a heel in my heart.
Yeah.
That is all I want
Yes.
from Randy. I want Savage Randy. Like, I don't care if you're Betty White. Get over here, I'm RKOing you.
Yeah.
With the way that they're writing him, I would bet $1 because that's all I have to my name. He will eventually bring back the punt,
Yeah.
and slowly.
If they put him on
That's gonna be
Netflix,
heel
that'll
Randy.
be back next year.
For sure. Oh, for sure. Like Randy is a heel, and when he's a
That's
face,
good.
it's like a funny face.
Obviously, he is one of the best heels in the company ever.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The term heel and Randy Orton are synonymous.
Yes.
That kind of reminds me of Kevin Owens, also, who I think is a much better heel, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's a hilarious face. He's a great face.
He's funny as
but
yes.
he's a better heel.
Did you guys see
Yes.
the on what was it this past week?
Him and
when
Michael Cole?
Yeah, when he was like, "Hey, Michael," and then he looked and he rolled the window back up.
Yeah. I saw that.
My next again this because they just reunited, but the Usos,
Yeah.
better heel or better face?
Heel.
I actually think they're better face, to be honest.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know if I have a legitimate reason for that. I think it's just because when I started liking them, they were baby faces. And also, I just really like them as a heel, so it feels weird that I always root for them. So I just kind of, they're someone that in my heart, they're always a baby face.
I can't see
Okay.
faces super kicking somebody's head together. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I
Um,
guess.
The Bucks.
I just I can't see it. It's an execution move, dude. The sound it makes.
Oh no, that's fair.
It
No,
sounds
that's
like
fair.
the head should explode on impact.
Yeah.
I think they're
I'm agreeing
generational
with that.
heels, personally.
Yes.
I think when they are done their careers, the Usos are going to be generational heels.
I agree. Well, when you think about it, right? They started off as faces. They had 2 title runs. Their main and biggest title runs in the past 10 years, 5 years, if you want to say, they were heels.
Yeah.
So I will look at them more as heels and faces when they're together. But when they're apart, definitely faces.
All right. Do you have anyone else, Saquon? You said you only had one name. Was that a joke?
Well, I can make another one.
Okay.
I would like to see. I would eventually like to see John Cena as a heel.
We have.
Many moons ago.
Yeah.
And
I can't see it now. I really just can't see
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
it's
no.
too late.
I know, but it would just be great. I don't know. I don't have any gripes and complaints about it, but I would just like to see. I made it a wish before, just seeing Randy and John go up against each other. Of course, I don't see John being a heel in that light, but if he was to come back and bring back the Doctor of Thugonomics as a heel, because he was a heel,
Yeah.
that'd be great. But if I was to give a serious answer, I would actually say the Miz. He's much better as a heel than a face.
Oh, that's
Oh,
very
fair,
true.
Yeah. Mike,
much
you got
better.
anybody?
It's just horrible as a face.
You are horrible as a face, Mike. It's the most heel man I know.
No, the
Facts.
Miz is really good as a heel.
I said happy birthday to him and he kicked me in the face.
I don't know. I think we pretty much named all the ones that I have off the top of my head personally.
I said also staying with what I've been doing. Roman Reigns. Better because we've seen a lot of Roman Reigns as a face. We've seen a lot of Roman Reigns as a heel. What was better? What is better? And what are we going to see in 2025?
Heel. Well, 2025 is most likely going to be the face.
Yeah.
All in all, he's better as a heel.
He is. I mean, obviously, he is better as a heel.
100% better as a heel, but I think he could be the anti-hero type of babyface. I don't think he'll stray too far from how he is now, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Roman is fantastic.
Oh, I have one other one.
Yeah.
I would love to see Austin Theory as a babyface in 2025.
He already
That's a
has a
good one.
baby face.
That's why I want to see him as a babyface.
He has
Dude,
such
there's
a
so much they
punchable
could do
face,
with
but
him.
he's such a nice guy.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Somebody I want to see. I'd love to see LA Knight as a heel.
He was.
That'd be a good one. Yeah, he
That's
was
right.
originally
When he
before
started,
he was
and
LA Knight.
people loved him so much they had to make him a face.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was a heel in the Mountain Dew Lights Out match.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Speaking of lights, Naomi,
Oh, my God.
that'd be a great heel.
I agree with that. Well, if you're talking about female, if we're still going, Jade.
Jade. Yeah.
Jade.
Yeah,
That's fair.
Obviously.
Uh,
I have one more. Like
Go,
heel or
boss.
face. Rhea Ripley.
Mm.
Realistically, heel or face. Like, what do we prefer
Heel.
her as? What are we going to see out of her?
I prefer her as a heel. She's like way
Heel.
too
Edgy.
way too strong
Yes.
and buff and tatted. I mean,
Yeah.
anti-hero is cool, but like, I would love to see her just continue to rip people apart as a heel.
Yeah, she's Rhea Ripley, not Rhea. I'll beat you in a match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say this though. Burn me to the stake if you want. She's not great on the mic. I'm sorry.
That's also true.
She's
We were
not.
talking about this during War Games. I don't think
Yeah.
Mike was in the Were you in the party?
I don't remember.
I said since Rhea came back, her best promo was when she came down the ring to confront Liv and screamed War Games and headbutted her.
Oh yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which it's
Like-
nothing like I love Rhea Ripley.
Yes.
Generational talent. She's gonna
Yes.
be a Hall of Famer one day.
Yeah.
Yes.
She sucks on the mic.
I'm not sure what it is. Just some people. We joke about it a lot. We talk about off podcasts
She looked
and
better
even on
next to Dominic.
podcasts, previous episodes.
She sounded
Yes.
better next to Dominic.
I don't know what it is, dude. Some faces cannot really do good. It's like a few select. Damien, great on the mic. Miz, great on the mic. Even when he was a face, he was
Yeah.
like John Cena, fantastic on the mic. Ricochet, absolutely not.
Roman developed on the mic. He became better on
Yep.
the mic. Jade, great on the mic.
Great.
Sometimes
Yeah.
he slips up every now. and then.
Sometimes here and there.
Yeah.
He's
But
he sounds like a
same
prep
with
boy
LA
here and there,
Knight.
but he's still good.
Great on the mic.
Yep.
Still slips up.
Great on the mic.
But it humanizes him.
Yep.
Makes him even better.
Some people are just not built to be on the mic like that, and I don't think that's a huge problem. But if you're a champion and then you're put in that position, you need to work and develop your mic skills. Like, I don't know.
What do you think, Mike?
Rhea's a
I
good
agree.
one.
I agree with that. I think, like you said, some people are just designed to be heels or designed to be babyface. But I also think it's way harder to be babyface because I feel like now it's cool to cheer for all the bad guys.
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
that's
People
fair.
do it to just get a reaction, like I did
Yeah.
at MCW.
I'll never forget.
That one guy.
Yeah, dude. The crowd was dead before I started all my stuff. I don't want to hear it. I'm the hero that event needed.
You are.
All right, fair enough. All right, so if does anyone else have anything else before we conclude this episode?
I just have one question. I guess we can wrap on.
Oh, good
Uh,
boss.
what is one like main thing that you guys want to see in WWE in 2024?
2025.
2025. Sorry.
You're good.
Time flies by when you're having fun.
Yeah, it does.
Go ahead, Andrew.
I want to see Triple H clean up the tag division. I want to see a very solidified tag division heading into and through 2025.
That's a good one. I feel like the tag division has lost a little bit of its relevancy.
Since it was Sammy and KO versus the Usos,
Yeah.
the women's division has just been struggling for a long time.
Oh wow.
The tag
Yeah.
division, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike, you can go next. I'll share my opinion for last.
As corny as it may be, and I'm sure a lot of people think the same thing, I hope they take full advantage of Raw going to Netflix and they kind of bring back some attitude. Like, they can do some edgier stuff, but I hope they don't get like
Bring back
AEW.
Vicky Guerrero. Excuse me.
I'm just
Imagine.
excited. I'm excited for what Netflix is going to bring, opportunity-wise. So hopefully, it can be a little bit more,
I'm nervous.
a little bit more shock in there.
I am nervous. If it's indicative of anything that happened on during the Logan Mike Tyson fight, where you struggle to watch.
Oh.
Dude.
Bare ass.
That's not even what I was talking. I was just talking about the terrible stream.
Oh yeah. I didn't have that
yeah.
problem. Everybody had that problem. I didn't have. Mine
I had
never
that
buffered.
problem. I privilege. I had that problem.
It's usually
That's
I pay
nice.
for high-speed internet and I have an Ethernet cable.
I'm sorry. You're right. I am North Dakota. Fair enough. Okay, so my opinion before we conclude, I want more. I just want the women's division to make sense. You know, it seems like when
nice.
they're trying to make these women tag team matches, they throw anyone in there.
That's all
When
tag
they
matches
try to
nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like there's less of a build up when it comes to the women division than they are, unless you're a quote unquote star superstar like Rhea Ripley or Liv or whomever the champion is, Nia Jax. It seemed like they just last second build these matches together. I've said before, actually I said it the last episode with the Survivor Series match. It seemed like they just put an amalgamation of women together, and we're just like, it just, I don't know. Hunter has been doing great this year. Once again, I've said before, I've given him praises where he's making things make sense and he's giving fans what they want, even superstars what they want. But when it comes to the women division, it's lacking something, and that something needs to be figured out in 2025. But
Absolutely.
Great
all in all,
perspective.
he's been doing good. But yeah,
I think WWE misses Stephanie McMahon. That's what I think.
absolutely. And she's been doing great behind the scenes. I've been seeing her here and there. If they were to bring back the one and only woman PLE that happened 5-6 years ago, I wouldn't be upset because that would just you be upset actually.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I give it a chance, but if it turns out the way that first one did,
Oh yeah,
want
no, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. I think this go around, they were to do it next year, it would be fantastic.
I do think
But
I think they have a lot more
we don't know
talent
that.
women-wise, so I think it would be a lot better this time around. The women are they have better women wrestlers now. Felt like
Oh,
back
for
then
sure.
there were no women wanted to wrestle. Like, it was mostly men.
Yep, especially with the young talent, and we have yet to see Charlotte come back, and Becky's coming back. I think it's definitely going to be better than the first go around.
Yeah.
But yeah, does anyone else have anything they want to point out before we conclude?
I have nothing.
All right, go. Do you have nothing?
I have nothing.
Andrew, do you have anything?
I'm all set, boss.
All right, cool. Well, it concludes this installment of the Free State Sports Pro Wrestling Podcast. Once again, if you like what you hear, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Follow us on any social media platform. We're available on YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify. This has been me from Free State Sports and Mike and Andrew. We see you next time.